in the kitchen this morning. We have an old friend, Jen Bloom, in the house from Little Turtle Sweets. We were looking back. How long has it been since you've been on?
I think 10 years.
Has it been 10?
Yes.
That's quite
That feels
a while.
too long.
My daughter wasn't born, but my son was, and it was on his birthday. It was
A
on
lot?
February 6th.
Okay, well, a lot has happened in 10 years since you've been on, but you're still making amazing cookies.
Yes.
And I feel like you were this talented when
No.
I first, yes. You were this, she's so good. I remember you had the Golden Girls set. It's incredible. She does custom cookies, by the way, if you're wondering who Jen is. Custom cookies, and where are you based out of?
Forest Lake.
Forest Lake. And people can pretty much think up anything,
Yes.
pitch it to you, and you'll make it up.
I've never turned down a set. I get really weird requests, and I'm like, challenge accepted. Let's do this.
What is the
I knew
hardest
you were gonna
request
ask.
you've ever gotten? I have to know.
Or
now.
weird.
I've had a couple.
weirdest,
So
yeah.
it was a little girl who had her own pet sheep, but she wanted them in clothes, and she also wanted them dancing. And then a little
Wow.
boy for his birthday wanted monkeys in plaid shirts having a snowball fight.
Okay.
Wow, those are very specific.
They have
Yes.
very vivid imaginations, kids.
Yep.
They really, really do.
And you also do adult cookies, though, too, not just
Yeah.
like bachelorette parties and fun ones.
Inappropriate upon
We'll
request.
blur them on the TV, yes.
We won't show you those. Your discretion is advised. How did you get into this whole cookie designing gig?
I saw it on Pinterest. I had a baby, and babies are really cute, but they can be also really boring. And
Yeah, you're not wrong.
they do a lot of sleeping. And I saw it on Pinterest, and I'm like, that looks like fun. I want to give it a shot.
Were you artistic before the cookies?
Yes.
Because, okay, I was like, you have to be good at this. This is incredible. Like, look at this set of Minnesota. You said you did this last night?
Yeah.
That's crazy. They're so great.
Amazing. Would you consider yourself an artist? I consider you an artist. Do you consider yourself a cookie artist, I guess?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the term is cookier. but-
Cookier.
Cookier.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know there was a term for it.
Yeah.
I feel like when I first met you, it was just cookies, and now you've expanded into like other baked goods, right?
Not really. So I do one vendor show, and that is well, it's just Forest Lake's Arts in the Park, which is today. If you want to try some cookies, come out. But I do like gourmet drop cookies, so like maple bacon, white chocolate chip,
Yes.
like blueberry crumble, apple pie flavored. But I only do that for the summer
I
festival.
saw like you made a cinnamon roll once.
Yep.
They looked so good.
cookie
I'm like,
stuffed
okay.
cinnamon rolls.
Oh, that sounds
Stuffed
amazing.
cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
So you have to get it at, what's it called?
Arts in the Park.
Arts in the Park in
And
Forest
it's-
Lake.
Yep, it's Tuesdays from 5 to 9 p.m.
Cool.
during
What's
the
your
summer.
social page so people can give you a follow?
Little Turtle Sweets.
Little, like L-I-L.
Yep,
L-I-L.
L-I-L.
Okay.
Turtle Sweets.
What's the longest it's ever taken you to design a cookie?
These are probably pretty long. Like the Sasquatch, I have
With
to
a
do
drink?
I have to do each hair individually.
Oh my gosh.
And you can see the detail on that. Look at that.
What is the like biggest order? Do you do companies?
I work
and-
with the U of M every
Oh,
year.
wow.
So I usually do around 35 dozen for the U of M for Row the Boat.
Oh, wow.
35 dozen cookies.
Mm-hmm.
That takes what, like a couple years?
Yeah.
No, it's like hardcore to the grindstone a couple days.
Are the
Wow.
designs too complicated for that? Are they complicated at all, or are they pretty simple when it comes to U of M?
They have their own special set, so
Mm-hmm.
I 3D print my own cookie cutters based off of their logos that they
Gotcha.
want.
How does it work? So, like, okay, my kid's turning 5. I want to order him a special set. How does it work to order, and how much does it cost?
So currently my prices are $80 a dozen, and these are standard size, anywhere from 3 to 5 inches. But then if you did minis, they're 2-inch cookies. Those are $50 a dozen. But you send me a message on Facebook. You can find my website, which is littleturtlesweets.com. You can send me a message on there. I have my phone number. You can text me.
That's how I was like, hey, Jen, it's
Yeah.
me. It's me again. Hi, come on our show. All right, so you're going to teach us. We each have our own little tray here because you make it look easy, but this is not easy.
I mean, it really is easy. I've done cookie classes before, and people are like, I can't do this. But no, you absolutely can. So the first thing is you're going to want to grab the white, because that's the first step on the beach ball. And you want to hold the piping bag like a serial killer.
Okay.
Oh, see?
Oh.
Yes.
Because it's
Right up my alley.
Yes. So if you're holding it right at the stem, then you'll be able to get the most force. So then you just trace around each segment that you want to be white.
Okay.
And so it's, if we twist it, it would be this one, and the other one.
So trace
No, this is
around
not
it.
pretty.
Oh,
And then
I'm a little
fill
bit
it
off.
in and try not to leave any gaps.
Okay, so
How long does it take you to do one cookie?
A really long time because I never make just one cookie because you have to wait for all the separating
Right.
layers to dry. And
So,
so,
like-
if you're only making one cookie, it's painful.
So I do my next layer.
Yeah.
am I
No, you just
Okay.
fill it in.
fill it in? There we go.
Okay. Boop, boop, boop. This is
There's one section. This
somewhat
is
therapeutic.
Yeah, it's calming. I
Do
can
you have
see-
helpers, like your kids
No.
get involved?
They make cookies, but because I'm a cottage food producer, they don't get involved. They're still too little.
Do you have any employees?
No.
Oh my gosh, so when you get that U of M order, you're like, all right, talk to you in like a week, family.
Yeah.
Bye, kids.
Bye, kids.
Okay, so I filled in that one, and then fill in this one.
Yep.
It's a lot of
Okay.
fun. This is a certain type of icing too, because you can't just use your,
Yeah,
Typical.
It's royal icing. And then for this, so to make it not lumpy, all you do is stab it and
oh.
it breaks the surface tension on the top of the frosting and it'll settle. And then anytime there's a little
Air bubble?
air bubbles or, I don't know, I call them
Wow.
like a nipple that sticks up, you poke and
Poke
it'll
the
sink
Poke
down.
those nipples.
Okay, so stick it in here,
Yep.
and then
And then shake.
shake, shake,
I hear
shake.
Megan and I'm laughing.
Yeah,
I hear you,
you're
Megan.
like nipples.
Okay, so is that
Yep, that was step
wow.
one. So then you can move on to
step?
step two.
Oh, we're in steps.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this. How's it going, Jason?
Mine aren't as perfect as yours. I have
Well,
lumps.
poke those nipples.
Lovely little lumps.
Oh
Check it out. Okay.
So
What do you
then,
think?
yeah, that's great. And then you can move on to the next where you do the 3 colors.
Okay, so blue is what I'm using here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How many do you do in a week, you would say?
It really depends. I mean, it varies wildly. It just depends on how many orders I have. Like, right at the beginning of the summer, I have a lot of graduation orders, so I could have, anywhere up to 35 dozen.
Wow.
But usually lately it's been like 2 to 5.
Yeah, any season. Birthdays, weddings.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any types of cookies that are your favorite to make in terms of designs or themes?
I like unusual requests.
Okay.
Because I always feel really like frustrated when I get something I'm like, oh, that's not easy. That's not going to be fast. But then when I'm done with it, I'm so happy,
like,
like
proud.
all of the hard work that I had to put into it.
Okay. I think
How's it going, Jason?
I think I'm getting the hang of it.
You guys are doing great.
Thank you. We're available for hire.
I was
She's
looking
like,
to,
no.
I was looking to pick up a side gig, so this is
Where do I
kinda
poke this one and shake? Do I have
You
to?
can poke in the frosting that you put
No
down.
way.
Yeah.
Shake it out, Jason.
perfect. Okay, and then a little bit of yellow.
Wow, this is just so
we go.
mesmerizing.
And then you said poke in the frosting.
Yep.
She did my bachelorette party cookies.
Ooh, bet those were wild. Okay.
Actually, no, they were pretty tame. I was low-key disappointed. No, I'm just kidding. They were Hawaiian themed, or like beach themed, because we were getting married to Mexico.
Were they? Or weren't they like
were like-
last flamingo or something?
They're flamingo. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that. Yeah, they were like flamingo, and like you had like a flower. I remember. They were delicious.
Okay.
How's it going with your?
I'm shaking it down. I'm not getting it to settle as well. And then I also mix the different colors.
Oh, there's only 30 seconds. Should we
Yeah.
try to eat one? Look at that though. That's
Yeah,
fun.
I didn't think we did too bad.
I'm gonna take a bite of this ball because it's so good.
And I'm going to let that
Oh
one
my
set.
god! And they're just so soft. Look at that. Almond flavor. Jen, you're amazing. Shout out your business again.
Little Turtle Sweets. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and a website.
These are adorable. Thanks for coming by.
Thank
Let's
you.
not wait 10 years, okay?
Yeah, no.
Come back anytime.
Yeah.
Yum. Jason, how good is it?
Very good. We'll see you, everybody.